在这样发展，人类的器官会不断的移植，甚至越活越年轻，甚至会长生不老。预测呢，本世纪呢，可能
So in case you missed it, that was 3 of the world's leaders casually having a conversation about living to 150 years old or transplanting organs over so that you can live longer, younger, or the possibility of living forever. Isn't it interesting how many people want to live forever down here? Well, let's talk about this guy, Jared Kushner, because before he has already made the comment about how he thinks that we're going to be the last generation to die or the first generation to live forever. That's his take on it. And as you can see down here, that was back in 2022. So that was 3 years ago when he made that comment. And so obviously, Mr. Kushner, he knows more information than we do because he's in the inner circle. He has more, knowledge than we do on these types of things, the technology that's out there to even achieve this. He doesn't make this kind of statement just out of the blue. He knows something that we don't. And so this is what they seem to be trying to achieve. They want to become immortal. And so it's really interesting how people want to be immortal with this body on. Here's that article back again, 2022, where he says that this generation may live forever. Now, just to kind of remind you guys in case you forgot, but back in 2018, they started talking about smart dust. And they said smart dust is coming. Are you ready? But what is smart dust? Smart dust is an array of tiny wireless sensor nodes, or motes, designed to collect and transmit vast amounts of real-time data about their environment, functioning as an invisible, decentralized sensing network. So the technology that's out there, again, this was back in 2018 that they said that this is going to be a thing. And so if they're already talking about it, that probably means that they've already had it for quite a while. And so this is just another thing. Now, this is like, what kind of world are we living in, like where we're having these kind of conversations? But we also are probably aware of, or many of you are probably aware of, about the brain-computer interface that they are trying to get normalized in our society right now. And that's directly connected to the Neuralink. And so when you think about the Neuralink and the brain-computer interface, you're like, wait a second, why is that so casually rolling off of our tongues now here in 2025, where we're just talking about brain-computer interfaces like it's nothing? It's crazy. Like, this is just how desensitized we are to what's going on in the world, but it's just another day. And guys, we're one day closer to home. But I want to go back to talking about how Jared Kushner and those 3 world leaders are talking about gaining immortality because they want to live forever. And so allow me to tell you, or to tell them, how they can achieve immortality or living forever. In John 3:16, Jesus says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish," and then here it comes, "but have everlasting life." You see, it's interesting. These people are working so hard to gain everlasting life that they want to live forever, that they're missing the entire point. And it's not about trying to figure something out or solving a problem over here, an equation, or making some kind of new technology to gain everlasting life. Because these people, if they received everlasting life, the life that they would have would be an everlasting life full of sin, because they would have this body on, and this is a sinful body. But if you believe in Jesus Christ, then you will be given everlasting life. And I want you to understand this word have. It says, shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Let's talk about that word have. Right here, if you click on that word in the Blue Letter Bible, it will let you know what tense it is in. And that word have is in the present tense, which means if you believe in Jesus Christ, if you believe in what he did for you, then you have everlasting life. Even though this body that we have on is falling apart and decaying rapidly every single day, and many of us are feeling it. But if you are a born-again believer, you currently, at this moment, even though we are all dying in a sense, we already have it. We are already seated in the heavenly places. And so it's really interesting because you and I, we already have obtained everlasting life. It's a free gift. But these people, the world leaders, they're casually walking together, and they're on the world stage, and they're talking about this possibility of achieving immortality. And I'm like over here, like, dude, like this has already been obtainable. Like, you're going about it the wrong way. And so I need you to understand. I want this to encourage you, because if you're a born again believer, you already have it. This body, this tent that Paul talks about, he refers to his body as being a tent. It's going to go away. But we are not looking at this thing. We are looking forward to the new body. We are looking to not be unclothed, but to be further clothed. And so it's just really kind of cool to understand what we have if we are a born again believer right now, because what we have is what they, the most powerful people in the world, are trying to achieve.